Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your old pal Shred Riffs. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build a compact ampless pedalboard rig right here on this channel. Stick around, you do not want to miss this. Okay guys, let's build a ampless pedalboard rig. I just wanted to start off by saying, lately on the channel I've been using, this strip of wood with pedals connected to it, okay? And this has been great for just running a few pedals into the front of my amplifier. But recently, this really cool company called Vangoa reached out to me and told me that they wanted to send me a pedalboard to demo on the channel. So today, we're gonna be looking at the Vangoa VPB-L45 pedalboard. Because I wanted to make a compact pedalboard that is more in line with what I would actually take on the road if I was playing some weekend dates or even was doing a fly date, I wanted to actually experiment by putting together a smaller pedalboard. So my friends over at Vangoa actually sent me this smaller size pedalboard. It's called the VPB-L45 pedalboard. It is 18 inches long and about 12 inches this way, just a few inches thick. So it's very slim pedalboard. And what we're gonna do is try to make a little fly rig out of this thing. We're gonna put around 8 to 10 pedals on here, and we're gonna see if we can make this thing work. So the VPB-L45 is a pretty inexpensive pedalboard. It's right around $75 US, and it actually comes with its own padded case. So if you don't need a super rugged, hard case for your pedalboard, I think this is a great way to go. The closest pedal train comparison to this board is a pedal board called the XD18, and that pedal board is $180, which is more than double the price of this one. I know that pedal boards are like one of those things that is super annoying to buy. It's expensive. They usually cost anywhere from like $200 to $400 to get a really high-end pedal board. So I thought this would be fun because we can build a really cool fly rig, show rig, whatever, small compact pedal board that doesn't need an amplifier for right around $75, and I think that's great. So with the Vangoa VPB-L45, you obviously get the pedal board itself. You get this padded soft case, which has these two straps to hold the pedal board in place so it doesn't slide around in here when you're moving it around. And then it actually comes with all of the Velcro that you're gonna need for about 8 to 10 pedals, somewhere in there, depending on the sizes. And you also get some zip ties to tie all your cabling down. And it looks like there's some other like little cable management things in here that we'll take a look at later. So what we're gonna do next is lay out all of the pedals that I wanna use for this build on my pedal board table over here. We're gonna line everything up, connect it all, get all of the lengths correct, and you're gonna hear what it sounds like at the end. So let's do that right now. All right, everyone, welcome to Shred Riff's pedalboard building station. One of the cool things about this table that is on here is that it's one of those tables, I forget what they're called, but they move on this spring-loaded system, so I can go from this position, this one. It's actually gonna save my old man back a little bit as we're building this pedal board. So I've assembled all of the things that I think I'm gonna need to make this board. So these are the pedals that I've picked out. I'm a metal guitar player, so that's why I've got some of these high gain boxes, big muff, a noise gate, things like that. So the core of our rig here is the Helix Stomp, okay, the HX Stomp. If you had to go on a fly date with only one thing, and this would be it, okay? This is a desert island pedal. You just send the left and right out to the front of house of the venue that you're playing at, or you get a couple direct boxes, plug those in, and then the sound guy can have your guitar signal. And so this thing is really what makes this sweet. Now, the thing that sucks about the HX Stomp, if I could even pick one thing, is that it has the most ridiculous power requirements. So in order to power this, obviously you could use the power supply that comes with it, which is very cumbersome and ugly and annoying to work with. So we're not gonna use that. We're gonna use the Walrus Audio Phoenix. And contrary to popular belief, people think you can't power the HX Stomp with the Phoenix, but you can. And so what I would do is start by making sure that you have the power required to run all these pedals. And with something like the Phoenix or the Voodoo Lab Mondo power supply, you have more than enough power to power this many pedals and even more. I have a much larger pedal board that I've used in the past, but since we're building a compact board that we want to take on the road, we want to have enough power for that stuff. So that's why we've employed the Phoenix clean power supply from Walrus Audio. Thank you so much. Hey guys, Future Drew here. Before we get too far into this video, I just wanted to mention that the Walrus Audio Phoenix will not power the HX Stomp properly. It will make it turn on, but there will be this weird clicking sound that happens because the HX Stomp is not getting enough milliamps from the Walrus Audio Phoenix. You actually need 900 milliamps coming from your power supply. So the only way that I know to do that is with the Voodoo Lab Mondo power supply. I'm sure there's other options out there, but that's the one that I use and have been using for years. It's just connected to my larger pedal board, which is why it's not shown in this video. You can still use the Walrus Audio Phoenix. You'll just have to use the original HX Stomp power supply using the courtesy outlet of the Phoenix, which is what I'll show you later in the video. So just thought I'd throw that in the middle here. Let's get back to plugging this board in and getting it all set up. Here we go. So before we lay all of the pedals on here and make sure they fit on this board, the next thing that I would suggest doing is seeing if you can mount your power supply. And I would always mount my power supply first before I start building a board. And so we're gonna do that like this. We're gonna put it like this and just make sure it fits under here, okay? And does it fit? No, it doesn't fit, which really sucks, okay? We'll get some taller rubber feet on the Vangoa so it can host the Phoenix power supply. And what we'll do is we'll just slap some Velcro on either the top or the bottom here and get that situated like that. Another thing that I'll add is, one of the good things about buying a pedal train pedal board is that they do fit large power supplies like this. This is pretty much the fattest power supply on the market. The reason why it's so fat is because of the little, power transformers inside here. If they want to use high quality power transformers on the inside, they have to make a fat power supply like this. So this pedal board unfortunately doesn't fit that stock, so we'll have to get some really tall rubber feet so it can go flat on the ground. So the one good thing about getting a pedal train is that they are going to fit power supplies like this. So let's do this, guys. Let's mount all of these pedals on this board. Alright guys, so I have assembled this pedal board with all of the signal flow that is going to be required for this pedal. So once again, my guitar goes into the volume pedal, out of the volume pedal, into the tuner, into the main input of the HX Stomp. All of these pedals here are going into the loop of the HX Stomp. Okay, so I can, leave some of these on during like a clean guitar part and then just change the preset on the HX Stomp, and then boom, whatever's running over here is gonna be coming out through my output. Now, what I love about the HX Stomp is you've got stereo rig. So I'll be plugging out of here through left and right outputs into my interface here, and we'll do a sound check in a little bit. But what I'm gonna do right now is get this thing powered up. Let's get all the power wired to this pedal board. So let's do that right now. All right, guys, I've got everything powered up here. Everything seems to be receiving power, and in a second here, we'll do a sound check. But as an aside, I wanted to talk about another thing that you can do with the HX Stomp if you get one of these things called the Air Step from Xsonic. This is another really cool company. If you want to control your HX Stomp, you can actually send some MIDI signals from the Air Step, and we'll turn this on, and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Right now I'm on this preset, but if I click this button, I can change the snapshots, which you can see the effects are turning on and off. And then I think if I press this one, it'll actually change the preset of the HX Stomp. So this is another thing that I could like choose to put right in front of my board, or if I wanted to modify this and take all these pedals off and use this here instead, that's something I would do. Now, another option would be to just keep this pedal board in the back of the stage. Let's say I'm playing a lot of rowdy shows and things like that. One of the things I could do is control this Air Step with the Air Step light and keep this at the front of the stage, and then only have this to change my sounds on my board. So that's just another option. You know, it's always fun to have real tactile knobs and pedals and things like that. This would be a really great setup to have. I like this pedal board. One thing I love about slotted pedal board designs is the cables, especially if you have top mounted pedals, they all fit quite nicely in there. And then, you know, what I would do last is probably use shorter cables, but since I'm not taking this on the road, I would put this underneath here and then secure all the cabling and then get some rubber feet, and then this thing would be one compact unit that I could put inside of this case here, which would be awesome. There you go. Okay, with that all out of the way, let's listen to what this bad boy sounds like. All right, guys, we're gonna do an official sound test of this pedal board. Here we go. Let's listen to this thing. So I've got this set up so that I can actually engage any of these pedals like this. One thing I wanted to mention, guys, is that I was wrong about the power requirements of the HX Stomp. It actually needs more milliamps than the Walrus audio can offer. So I've actually opted to use the original power supply plugged into the courtesy outlet of the Walrus Phoenix power supply. So I would recommend using the Voodoo Lab Mondo to power your HX Stomp if you are having issues like that with the power requiremements. So yeah, that was totally my fault. Don't listen to what I said earlier in this video. Use the original power supply or something like the Voodoo Lab Mondo, which has enough power to kick out to the HX Stomp or a similar pedal. Well, there you go, guys. That is my Vangoa VPB-45. Did I get that right? Yeah, VPB-L45 pedal board demo. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really had a good time putting this together. I haven't built a pedal board in a while, so this was kind of fun. Let me know what you guys think of this thing. Is this something you would buy for 75 bucks? Let me know what pedal board companies you really like out there. I'd love to hear more about what you guys are using. And for anybody out there that could use a pedal board, first one to send me an email. I might have something special for you. Santy might have something in his Santy bag for one of you guys out there. So hit me up, talk to me, let me know if you need a pedal board. Let's have a good time, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Shred Riffs out.